Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's a beautiful day to greeting everyone. My name is Irham Fajar Alifi. I'm from Social Sciences Education, and today I will present the topic of globalization. Today's topic is very interesting for our study program, which discuss the social issues. For the next few minutes, we will discuss of definition, causes, characteristic, and impact of globalization. Alright, let us start with definition of globalization. Globalization is a term used to describe the process of connecting countries in the world in various fields of life, especially economic and culture, which occur rapidly. According to Helena and Ima in the book Daya Saing Indonesia, The Era Globalisasi 2019, the term globalization comes from English word globalize and ization. Globalize, which can be interpreted as the universal or comprehensive. The suffixization interpreted as the process. So the term globalization is defined as the process of international integration that occurs due to the exchange of worldviews, thought, and other aspects of culture. For the next is cause of globalization. Globalization does not just be happen, yes. Globalization occurs due to several causes including the first is development of technology and science. The development of technology and science makes human activities easier. The innovation created make daily activities can be carried out effectively and efficiently. Technology and science encourage the process of globalization to be carried out more easily and quickly. Technology makes the world's communication wider and not limited by distance. Technology has also given birth to a sophistication of transportation system so that it can facilitate the movement of people and goods. Number two is development of thinking and education. The development of ways of thinking and education greatly affect the emergence of science and technology. People who think ahead will be more critical in observing and solving problems that arise in life so that they are able to give birth of technology. Number three is cooperation and state relations. Relations between countries are the key to process of exchanging information from one country to another. Good relation and cooperation between countries make the process of exchanging information in various fields easier and more focused. As an example, we can see a process of technology adoption from developed countries by developing countries. Number four is press freedom. The press as the means of conveying information will affect the process of globalization. To be able to convey information openly according to fact, press institution must be freedom without being restrained by any party. Freedom of the press will stimulate the response of the world community to global phenomena that occur and become a common problem. After several causes of globalization have occurred, as previously mentioned, we can understand the process of globalization by looking at the following characteristics. Characteristics of globalization are 1. Progress and development of technology. Globalization makes communication, information exchange, and transportation easier. This makes technological development increasingly being developed, including technology to facilitate all aspects of life. Number two is there is dependence between one country to another. The occurrence of interaction and relationships between countries in the world causes dependencies. This happens because of differences in the quality of human resource and differences in the amount of natural resource. These differences then lead to differences in technological development. The differences in existing technology makes countries that have not developed will rely on countries that are more advanced from various aspects of life. Number three is the existence of cultural activities and interaction that occur. Communication and exchange of information that takes place so fast bring a lot of new ideas that were previously unknown to the public to be interesting to learn. This talk can be interpreted as a culture. The real example can be seen from the emergence of Korean wave phenomenon, where many people around the world are interested in Korean culture after learning from various media sources. Number four, there is a unification of the identity of the world community. Cultural interaction makes the world community have a common ideology. The world community will assume that the exciting culture has the right to be studied and applied by anyone. It makes the unification of identity worldwide. We all know that globalization has an impact on human life. According to Nur Hidayah and Insha Musa in an article entitled Dampak Pengaruh Globalisasi bagi Kehidupan Bangsa Indonesia, which was stated in the Basic Persona Journal 2015, wrote that globalization had at least had an influence to the socio-cultural, economic, and political fight. They explained that globalization has both positive and negative impact. Positive impact of globalization can we see from 3 points. The first is change in values and attitude. Globalization makes a shift in people values and attitudes from irrational to rational. Number two, the development of science and technology. Globalization encouraged the development of technology and science so as to make people think ahead. Number three, a better standard of living. Globalization encouraged many industrial activity which then reduced the number of unemployed. Meanwhile, the negative impact of globalization are 1. The emergence of bad attitudes from society. Globalization gives rise to people lifestyle of pragmatism, hedonism, primitiveness, and consumerism. Number two, the emergence of individualism. Individualism reduces the spirit of mutual cooperation, solidarity, and social care. And the last is decreased appreciation of local cultural values. Okay, after this presentation, I hope we can know that globalization is a process of unifying the world community. Globalization occurs for some reason. Globalization also has several observable characteristics. The process of globalization has both positive and negative impact. Well, that's my presentation. May be useful. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.